Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Far From Home. I'm your host, Abdul Latif, and I'm here with my co-host, the brother from another mother, Adam. We have some beautiful guests from Miami today. We
Hi
have
guys.
hello,
Hi.
hello.
Hi, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. Attef and Christina are from Miami, like I said. Uh, we're gonna go ahead and let them introduce themselves to you. Okay.
Ladies first, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, can you get the
Yeah, I'm
charger,
gonna I'm gonna
please?
get the charger because
It's right here.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
It's just very funny, we just started and all of a sudden, we have a low battery on the computer.
That is fine. That is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
That's
So
That's what we like. We
yeah,
don't
so
like to everything to
right.
be ready. Like improvisation is fine. That's perfect.
Okay. So hi, my name is Kristina Novikova. I live in Miami for about 14 years now, coming from Russia, from Moscow, Russia, um, and living in Miami. I am a real estate broker, having my own company right now. Um, do real estate for over 11 years, and living a beautiful American life, finally.
Awesome. Awesome.
good.
That's
Beautiful.
that's beautiful. That's very beautiful. It's very nice to meet you, Christina. And I
Nice
think
meeting you
we
guys. Yeah.
will get we will get in the nitty gritty pretty soon. So
Of
without
course.
further ado, Mr. Atif,
How you doing?
I am well. How are you?
What happened to your
Doing
voice?
good. Yeah, what happened to my voice all of a sudden?
You lost it. You lost his voice.
How you doing? How you doing, sir?
He got nervous.
Doing good, doing good. Amin out of Sudani. I was born in Tunisia. I've been here for 16 years. Recently, right now, I'm living in Miami for the last 6 years. I'm a real estate agent. We are in the same team. We serve South Florida, basically from West Palm Beach all the way down to Homestead. We can have anybody who wants to move here. We have other process, purchasing. Miami is very beautiful place. Anybody who wants to run away from the cold, this is the right place for him.
From the
We
high
have,
taxes too.
yeah, from the Texas also.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
We work with a lot of lenders, so we can get you any loan, type of loan. If you want to purchase a condo on the beach, house, whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for investment property also, so you get the right people to talk to.
Well,
Awesome.
that's a really that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Living
that's
look
great.
like living the American dream over there. Um,
Get in there. Get in there.
that's good. That's good. That's what we
That's
need
good.
to. That's what we want to hear. But if you have any information too in regard to your company that you would like people to hear, please put it in the chat, and we will make sure
So we
that
can
we display that.
display
Okay.
that. Yeah, if you don't mind, of course.
All right. So here we are again. We're gonna go straight up to the question of um. So how was can you tell us a little bit about the way the dream, the the thinking of coming to United States have started for you? Like back from Tunisia or back from Russia, what have came to your mind to think, okay, I'm going to, I want to go to United States, and you know, and how did it happen?
Go ahead,
Oh,
ladies
me?
first.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Uh, so in my case, I think, I was about 5 years old. Um, and that thing was coming to me naturally. I knew that I'm not going to leave in Russia. Like, I knew it. And somehow, I don't know, maybe it was from some, like American movies or something, but I just felt that at some point in my life, I'm going to move, and I'm going to move to America. Like, it was very, very strong in my mind, in my vision, everywhere. And everybody also around me, like my relatives, like my grandma, she would always be calling me American. She would be like, oh my God, like, you're such an American, because of the way I was, always presenting myself, like smiling. I didn't
Right.
really care about what other people think. I was just very, like, pretty much like American. You remember America in the 90s? That was different America. It was very, like, everybody would be smiling, and the whole, like, lifestyle and positioning was very, very different from now. So that was me. I knew that, at some point I'm going to move, and that I don't belong to Russia. I don't feel myself Russian, and, this is it. And once I started my university in Moscow. I I just, my university was affiliated also with the university in New York. So I went to New York for a couple of semesters, like for a couple of months, to try out
Okay.
American, yeah, just to study in America.
Hmm.
And once I got to New York, I really, like, I knew from the beginning that this is it. I'm gonna move. This is my place. I'm not looking for anything else in my life. Like, this is it. I fell in love with New York. I fell in love with the style, with the freedom of the people, with their expression, and with the creativity. And I knew that this is it. I'm gonna move. So I went back to Russia, and then once I graduated my university, I left right away. I came, I left, and then I knew I'm not going back. So it was from the childhood. Everything
From a
started, like,
childhood.
very, very early on. Yes, it was a decision in my mind. I knew that, and I pretty much performed, with that goal inside. So that's
Interesting.
my
That's
story. Like,
great.
yes, that's a short way, of course, of telling that story, but that's how it happened.
So it looks like you have that in your blood. You just were born in a different country.
Oh, yes. I don't. It's just so interesting, how sometimes you get it, like, when there's something for you, and you just know it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you just know it. And
awesome.
that's, yeah, so for that reason, we have to all always listen to our intuition,
Right.
because intuition and our subconsciousness, it always has the right answers.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So
That's true.
that's
Great
my,
story.
yeah.
Great story.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Ready for me, right?
That's great story. Yes,
You ready
sir.
for
Yes,
me,
sir.
right?
I
Of
am.
course.
Atef, I'm ready.
You,
I'm
you,
ready for
you
you.
need to beg me. You need to beg me so I can
Yeah,
talk.
please, can you
I'm
do that?
begging you, man.
You really tell us your story, please,
Okay, my story goes back.
Please.
Mr. Sudani.
Okay, my
Yeah.
story goes back to 2005. I used to play
Okay.
volleyball. I used to be a member of Tunisian national team. So
Oh,
in
awesome.
2005, we played the World Cup under 19, and that was in India. And during this championship, uh, they put like two national teams in single floor in a hotel. So it was Tunisia and national team of the USA. So we did qualify, and the American also didn't qualify. So we had almost like 2 weeks. We just watching the game, and we connect other players. We exchange T-shirts. One of those guys used to be very friendly. Started talking. So ask about like volleyball, how they play volleyball, how the championship, because the United States is very big. So I was wondering, like how the whole championship works over there. So he mentioned the school, and you can get a scholarship for playing volleyball. So it's kind of idea hit me in my mind. I was like, okay, something to consider. So we exchanged email address, and after like few months, I got back to Tunisia. Had a little bit issue with my team. They didn't pay me, so I'm type of guy I don't beg for nobody, except you beg me to answer a question. Uh,
Which works.
yeah, so that time, and one time like I was like fixing my clothes, and I saw this piece of paper, the email address of that guy, and all of a sudden the idea hit me. I was like, you know what? I want to go United States, and it took me almost like a year and a half. I was contacting a lot of universities, trying to get a scholarship, and I never give up. Even I told my parents, I was like, "What the hell are you doing? Go back to school, do something." I was like, "No, I'm going to United States." They told me like, "Oh no, we don't have money to send you." I was like, "I'm going. I don't need your money. I'm going. You will see." Slowly, slowly, I got a scholarship. Almost like full ride. Was in Kansas City, so that's the start. And here we go. 16 years here.
Nice. I
Wow.
think I think
Wow.
it was meant to beg you to get that story, because I wouldn't have guessed that you play in the national team for volleyball. And
I'm 6'5", by the way. Come on, you
Yeah,
can
you
no,
tell.
are.
I
You
know,
can
I
tell.
know
You can
you.
tell.
I know you are very tall. I can tell from.
Oh, stand up. We know that. See? Just go there and and show them.
Yeah, so I think it deserves to beg you to get that details. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that.
You
That's that was very nice.
That was a really
Yeah,
really nice and interesting story from both of you. Adam,
yeah.
you have the other question for them?
I do, but I just wanna ask this question in a different way. So usually, Latif and I, because we originally from West Africa, we trying to ask every guest, when we talk about Africa being the future, we trying to ask pick their mind about what they see as the future for this continent. So this episode is gonna be a special one, because we have Christina, who is not from any country in Africa. She's from Russia. So I guess because Christina she's the one who's gonna start the answer first. So I'm gonna direct that in this way, that you've been here now since 2009, as you say, like officially 2009. Uh, what is your projection? How do you see your home country, Russia? What what is it about that you think you can give back to that country?
To Russia.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the deal. If we're gonna be talking about Russia, I will have to. Uh, I don't know how well do you know the political situation right now that is going on currently in Russia.
Yes. Yes.
So it's very hard for me to talk about it today in terms of
Okay.
like what I can give back to the country,
Mhm.
since I don't even know if the country as it is right now is going to be existing within the next 5 years,
Got
due
it.
to the circumstance, and due to the fact that this country started a big war in the global war right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so the original idea before before everything started, of course, I really wanted to give back a lot and impact the communities and the people, and try to um, open people up more, and help uh, wherever I could. But at this very moment, um, we don't really know. We don't really know what's going to be happening. I think within the next 5 years, or maybe even less, it's going to be a different country, and the impact and the help that they need today, it would be very different, that they would need tomorrow. Because as you know, currently they are doing a full mobilization of the into the army. It
Yeah.
started last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So potentially
Okay.
this country can get into a huge war against not only Ukraine but also Europe, and we'll see how it's gonna go. But
So let's say in a perfect world, right? Let's
a
say
perfect world.
none of this happened. What was your vision about this country? Like if you have to give something back to it or you have to do something there, what was your vision about it?
It's very different because I understand that you're looking at like at Africa. It's a one story, like Russia, because of also one of the reasons why I left the country, because we had a lot of political things going on.
Got
So
it.
to give back, the only thing that I really wanted to give back is you know to just open people's eyes that you don't have to be leaving this you know this in this poor mindset, and you don't have to always just follow that rules of and be poor in like in general, from like economic standpoint or any other standpoint. You can grow within your community, within your country, and also the freedom, like the freedom of expression, the freedom of your speech, the freedom of your action, like that's what I would try to influence.
Awesome.
Because yeah, so that would be the thing. But right now, it's not going to happen. Potentially there is a potential, maybe within the next 5, maybe 10 years. We don't know because
Yeah. No,
that's
I totally get
or
it. I totally
yeah,
get it.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's more towards the freedom, which I
Yeah.
understand. Not a single country in the world is free. Not a single country.
Oh,
There's
yeah. Yeah.
country. Yes, like
Yeah.
America has its own issues. Everywhere in the world we all have the issues, but America, at least you have more opportunities in terms of your expression and finding yourself, and more
Hmm.
financial opportunities too, which is
Hmm.
also very important.
Yeah.
So please, yes, that's. I don't know if I'm telling you exactly what you wanted me to say, but
Yeah. That's
that's,
great.
yeah,
That's
Africa,
great.
Africa,
Thanks.
yeah, Africa is very youthful continent.
true, yeah, yeah.
Most immigrants is from Africa, so most of us go to Europe or United States. Basically, we help system improve economy for those countries without even noticing. So basically, what's the difference between Europe, United States, and Africa? Is the system itself. So, like us as immigrant, we'll get experience in those country, and we can compete in those country, and we can prove how successful we are. I think it's our job to give it back. Start from political review, like views. I think most of us we need to run. We take some position in our countries. I see myself. I need the fame. I need the money, so people they can listen to me, they look up to me, and after that, I want to run for president.
Yay! Yay!
Exactly.
We need
Atef,
that.
Atef
Because
for president.
most people, if you're not successful, you don't have money, nobody look at you. It doesn't matter what
Yeah,
it is you have.
they don't consider anything
Even
that come out of your
even
mouth.
even whatever you say to them, deep inside it's true. But I was like, who's this guy? But when I'm
Yeah.
successful, have money, they look up to you and they will listen. And I'm born as a leader, and I think this quality you have to use it.
Okay, so you're gonna be a president? This is
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so I'm sitting
Watch
here.
out. We have this recording. Watch out. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
I
yes, of
believe
course.
it. I believe it.
Okay, that's the president of what
That's
country?
Tunisia, where I'm
Okay,
from.
good.
Tunisia.
Okay, I'm
That's the
making
only country I can be president of.
No, but Africa in general, and in my opinion, if you want my opinion,
Of course, yeah, yeah.
Africa has a lot of potential right now due to the
Youthful. It's a youthful.
this that part. Also, we have a lot of changes in the climate, right? And America is suffering from, over production, over consuming, and there's like a lot of challenges in that country right now. So I think Africa, because Amin is saying it's so youthful, like there's so much opportunities for the new things, new ideas that can happen in the whole
And also,
continent, and the potential, right? Like from like natural resources,
natural
everything,
resource, exactly. Yeah.
everything, natural resources, guys. This is
Agriculture,
agriculture.
food,
That's the new thing.
oil,
This is where we
gold, diamond, you name it.
because now we are at the age when we're going to be having scarcity in the natural resources, right? Number one. Number two, we're going to have scarcity in the produce, and you guys have it. There's a lot of potential in Africa. So that for that reason, all of the African business people, all of they need to understand that the time is coming. The time is coming. And I was seeing something on TikTok recently about Africa, about African like teenagers, kids, and I really liked it because I see that there's a lot of kindness in people, kindness. And also that's something that is really in America, we are lacking that. And that's also a very strong thing that can move that country towards towards right progress, because here we are lacking it already. So Africa has a lot of potentials, and I really hope that Africa is going to get to the next level shortly.
I mean, the change has started in the political level.
Yeah.
We have a lot of
Right.
puppets. They're not serving their countries. They serve in different nation, different company, international companies. So we need to change that.
Yeah.
Right. And like that's what I like about every single thing that you said, and that's why this question is so important to us. It's because Africa, country like China and even India, right, where India was as low as undeveloped as Africa, or even worse than Africa. And we have seen a huge change into this country that is called India. India now is, you know, is up there. China today is there, right? People are looking at China as the thing right now, and the reason why we're looking at this, like Attef said, most African immigrate, right? We immigrate, we go, for different reasons. But now it's time for people to go back, and put in every single thing that they learn into Africa, because that's the future. There's a generation growing up. We have the strongest generation that is coming up right now.
Yeah.
All the human resources are there. We just need potential, and so we are here promoting Africa, because this is the time for everybody to get their piece. And whoever, we not discriminate, as long as we go by our terms and stuff like that. And that's the reason why we have to be the one going back and changing all these things, starting by the government, like you said, Atef, the political issues and stuff like that. So this is great. I really like your answers, and your mindset on that. I'm personally doing have a company called ALS Concierge Voyage, to that take care of people, uh, as a concierge that will take you from here to any country that you want in West Africa, and go with you and come back with you. And so it will make sure, like, is a package, that we you customize. I customize your package, right? We customize the package. There's no package made for you based on where the country that you go in, what you want to do, where you want to stay, what you want to discover. If it's investment that you want to do and you want to go meet some people, we make sure all this is made for you, schedule and transportation and everything, and somebody from that country that you go in will be going with you. So that's ALS concierge. That's what we're doing, and that's what we're promoting. Uh,
Yeah.
um, but that
All right. So we have a ritual that we do here on Far From Home channel. We have this series of questions that we usually ask every guest that is part of the show. And don't think Christina and Atef that you guys gonna be the exception of the rule. And this time around, Atef, I'm not gonna beg you for anything. So you better give me the deepest answer for the question I'm gonna ask you.
that's
So,
right.
But
That's
I
right.
said I can hear you.
all right. So let's just jump into it. I'm gonna ask Christina first. Christina, what tell us about your cultural shock uh, to be in this country.
Cultural shock.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm. Okay, but for that question, go back, um, that was
That's fine. Yeah,
yeah, first time when I came to the States. Um, the most
that's better.
the most the most cultural shock for me was when I came here first time, right, in 2007.
Yeah,
When I saw the people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s living a good, solid life. Because back in Russia, people after 60 years old, they have no life. They're back.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Okay.
better.
So in Russia, people in their 60s, so after 60, right, people are struggling. It doesn't matter if you were the best doctor in the country, if you were the best teacher, the best engineer, if you were in service, for people your entire life. After 60 years old, you have no life. You are struggling. You are in survival mode. And you're living in a very, very bad zone, very lonely and very poor. So when I came here, I saw that after at 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, people are traveling, people going on cruises, people having a good like medical system in place. They live in the life. They actually live in the life here.
That's very good.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mine was the mixture of races and ethnicity.
Whoa,
So
whoa, whoa, whoa. This is deep.
yes, to me,
Mixture of ethnicity and
and
what else?
races.
And races. Okay.
Yeah, that was a shock for me. Never like felt there is one identity in the United States.
All right. So this will take us to our second question uh, that we asked our guests, which is what was the worst or the funnier thing that happened to you your entire during your time living in the United States?
That's a very hard question. Uh, but if talking in general, the worst thing that happened is when they all
Hey,
closed
Christina,
down.
can you come
Yes,
close to
I'm saying this is a very difficult question, very interesting, but a difficult one. To come up with something like right away, that's hard. But
yeah,
I think the worst, like lately, the worst thing, if we're gonna be talking about bad things, when COVID started, I think that was a very sad thing that all of a sudden you had to follow some rules um, in regards to something you didn't know anything about, and
that's
that
true.
was that was pretty bad. It was all over the world, but in America, it looked like a weird fairy tale. The way everything was, organized, and the way the media was working, and all of a sudden you were just living in this like theater of absurd and like surrealism.
Hmm.
Um, so that's about the latest thing, I would say. And also the bad thing is the inflation. This is pretty bad thing. We are in a very bad inflation. We are getting into a huge recession. Huge recession is going to be happening in the country within the next at least a year, 2 years, maybe a little bit more. So yeah. But funny thing is a little bit harder, so I apologize in front of all of the people who are listening to this.
No, it's fine.
Next time we're gonna be in the podcast, we're gonna be talking about the funny things. I promise. So
Inshallah.
maybe people come up with something funny. Let's listen to our.
The funny thing.
Yay! We want to know your funny thing, please.
So when I came, I don't speak English. I don't know English.
Oh, wow.
So I was always trying to know all the bad words. Why? Because whenever any conversation, if I lose it, so at least I'm good at casting, so I can win the conversation. I want to be dominant no matter what, So that was my technique, I want to know all the bad words, so at least if you have an argument with me, quick, I use those words, so it looks like I win the conversation, because I'm the type of guy, I want to win all the time, What else? What else? Also, like you mentioned the bad stuff. Also, maybe the weather. I never got adjusted.
You should go to Russia.
Russia is
yeah.
It's very warm. I know.
It's very warm.
very warm.
No, Russia is a different story.
Yeah.
I heard. I never been, but I heard it's a different story when it comes to the weather of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a very funny and I won't say sad, but interesting facts about whatever happened to you, and I can relate for the COVID part to that affect all of us as a human being in general. So that leads me to this third question. I think this one is general for everybody. Have you ever second guessed your decision to come to the US? Look at it back now, where you are, what you have accomplished. Have you ever second guessed your decision to come to the US?
I would say that in every single immigrant, I'm pretty sure, has that point in their life when they question, like, did I do the right move? Was it right? I did have it. The second guess myself, I would say 5 years of States, for 5 years. I had the nostalgia. I was really missing, my people, my family, and I was second guessing on my choice. Seeing where my country is at today, that was the right decision. Because like today, I'm very well established in this country, and so that was the right choice.
Awesome.
Guess myself. Yeah. What about you?
Actually, yeah, I said like usually I never regret about any decision, but last year I did. To be honest with you, my dad passed away, and make me feel like I should spend more time with him. Come from, always don't forget where you come from. No one cares most about you more than your mom and dad.
That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry for your loss, and I understand that personally.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and ask this last question, which is what made you decide to move from your first point of interest into United States? If you think about it, like the first state that you've been, now you're in Miami. What make you make that move?
I start.
Yeah, I'm not from Russia.
Yeah, I always start somehow. I don't understand why.
Ladies first.
Yes. So besides the fact that I had a dream to, to live in the States, I also had a dream to live next to the ocean. And I had a dream to live somewhere where there's no winter. Imagine I'm coming from the fact that when you have sun, you're happier. That's vitamin D, that's important. So I just wanted to be in a place where I could swim in the ocean, even though I live here and I rarely swim in the ocean right now. But yes, I had the dream, to live next to the ocean and have no winter, no anything else, just summer all the time, and just enjoy that life.
One place.
I can't hear the last part. You say first of all the weather, and then
Yeah, the weather. Since I'm born in the Mediterranean coast, so I miss the ocean, the sun. The second reason is a lot of successful people. So that's why I want to be around successful people so I can look up every day. But Miami is the right place to be.
Really good, really good. Well, here we are at the end of this episode. Thank you very much, both of you, for giving us your precious time for this episode of Far From Home. Uh, we appreciate all your answers, and we hope that the audience will enjoy this show. Uh, Adam,
yeah,
what you gotta say?
I wish
Thank
we can
you.
stay. I wish we can stay longer, but we have to stick to the time. And I really, really want to thank both of you, Christina and Attef, for. I know you guys are very busy people, so to be able to squeeze us to fit us in your schedule, and especially for the short notice, Christina, we really appreciate that. Is
Thank you.
is,
Yes.
is an honor for us to have you guys on the show, and especially for us starting growing up. So we really appreciate your time, and we're gonna shoot more of this. Don't you guys think that this is the end of it? You
Oh,
guys gonna
absolutely.
come. You guys gonna come
We'll
back.
come back with some more interesting topics and stuff like that. And so
Yeah.
don't think this is just a one time thing. You guys are the first guests on the Far From Home. You will be coming eventually. Later on. But for now, we just asking you to support, right? Your support will be great, and subscribe, and then share the word, share the word of Far From Home.
Yeah.
That's
And we wish you tons of success. That's a great thing that you're doing it. I think we all need that. We need tons of success. That's a beautiful thing
Thank you.
that you do this, that the new generations, it would be very helpful for them to listen to the stories and journeys and experiences of the people who immigrated to the United States and what challenges they faced, and what it is actually immigration. Because for a lot of people, they think that they romanticizing immigration, but in reality, immigration, that's a very, very difficult thing.
right, right,
So
right.
that's great that you started it. And yeah, we wish you tons of success in this.
Thank you,
And
thank you,
yeah, and thank you so much for inviting.
No, thank
thank
you
you,
guys for
thank you. It was
accepting the
our pleasure. It
invitation.
was our pleasure.
Yeah,
Both of you.
yeah, very, very
Thank you.
much so.
Yeah, also I like you guys being creative for asking those kind of questions.
Nice.
You guys pick nice niche for this. I wish you all the success.
Thank
I'm
you.
here if you need help. Uh, what else? I still have the same address, so send me the check, please. Use FedEx.
Oh, of course. Which
Yeah.
font do you want?
I,
You want a time
I,
romance or?
I mean, I take cash. It's better cash.
Okay.
All right.
And I look forward to speak again.
Yeah, to the next one.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Thank
All
you.
right, all right. So this is a close up. Thank you guys. Thank you again, Adam. And
Thank you.
guys, this is the end. I hope we see you again for the next episode. We hope you enjoy this one, and you take care of yourself. Until next time, we'll see you. This was Far From Home. Bye bye.
All right.
Bye.
Peace
All
out.
right.
Peace out.